And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
When two parties can no longer solve a dispute, no. Community court is there to solve the problem. See? Okay, everyone. All rise for the Honorable Judge William Law, I.
All right, this is William Law the Third, and excuse me, but I've taken some NyQuil. I've got a little cold today, but I wanted to show up for this hearing, and
Judge, I got something for you, because you told me that you were, cold. I brought, a big, box of Velveeta.
well, I want to thank you very much, Bailiff, for the Velveeta. I'll put it on my cushion, and I'll save it for later. I'll make a sandwich out of it later.
Okay.
All right, today, I'll be son of a gun. What we got here in the courtroom today is we've got our plaintiff here, Mr. Nathaniel Johnsonstein, and Mr. Johnsonstein is suing a fellow student, and obviously this took place before the holiday break, for cheating off of his history exam and not getting an A, even though the defendant in the courtroom, the man he cheated off of, Mr. Clark Weiserhosen, hope I pronounced your name right, sir. I am beyond myself. So, Nathaniel, you're suing Clark because you cheated off him and you didn't get an A, but Clark got an A.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's because I wanted the A very badly.
So, I understand that you both go to Arizona State University.
Yeah, it's a party school. We get crazy.
Well, I understand that because I did think about doing some undergraduate work there before I went on to Yale and Harvard and all those nice schools. But I don't understand, is there not a code against cheating, Nathaniel, sir?
Well, there is, according to the school, but I'm an exchange student, and in Sweden, we don't have any laws like that. You can still totally get your degree if you cheat. We encourage it in my country.
No freaking way.
I
Hey,
understand.
calm down there, guys. They're trying to do the court here, so keep quiet, audience.
Yeah, thank you, Bailiff. And sir, if you can't keep your butt seated in your chair while you're observing this case, I will personally throw a hunk of Velveeta, and I hope it hits you in the eye. All right.
Hey, calm down, Frank. Sit, it's okay. Give him another chance before you chew off ankle.
Spike, why don't you go play with Frank? All right. I'll give you a piece of cheese when you come back. So, Mr. Weisenhausen,
Yes.
I have a couple questions for you, but why don't you give me your side of the story, sir?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say that this is horrible, that he would sue me. I tried to help him. And even in Sweden, he says that they, encourage cheating. In Germany, where I'm from, that's not the case. But nonetheless, I figured I'd help him out because he's an exchange student.
Yeah, and I heard you say you help him. Is that like extra help?
Yes, that's like a double help.
Okay.
That's what we call it in Germany. It's a help at him.
So I understand that you're a helpful person. So my other question is did you notice that Mr. Johnsonstein was cheating off you during the history exam?
At first, no. I thought he was just looking at my beautiful breasts. But then I realized that he kept staring lower and lower, and the desk was covering up my other private part, so I knew he must have been looking at my paper.
And at that time, when you noticed he wasn't staring at your private parts, but you thought he was staring at your paper, did you at any time try to cover with your forearm the paper so he could not copy off you?
No, not at all, because I knew he was Swedish. And so he was also a good-looking guy, so I moved the paper a little bit farther, actually precisely 17 centimeters to the left, so he could see it even better.
That's not true. It was about 16 and a half.
Oh, don't lie to him.
All right. Well, potato, 16 and a half, 17. I'd say we can just ignore that piece of it.
Your Honor, you cannot ignore such things because the Swedish and German are so precise.
So, are we trying to work on some country relations here?
Oh my goodness!
Spike,
Hey, Spike, calm down. Don't bite the plaintiff or the defendant.
Spike, now settle down. All right, second week with my dog at work. I'm losing my eyesight in my right eye, but that doesn't make me any less of a judge. I'm still a whole man.
I'm
everywhere.
allergic to dogs. I just want to say
Thank you, Mr. Johnsonstein. I would like to ask you, sir.
Just calm
Spike.
down, calm down.
Spike, have some Velveeta.
Judge, I think that Spike wants to eat Clark's lederhosen.
Well, I did notice you had a lederhosen on, Mr.
course.
Weisenhausen.
It's a new fashion design. My major at Arizona State is homoerotica fashion designs.
All right, I think we're getting a little off topic here. I'd like to bring this back home here. Mr. Johnsonstein, what is your major at ASU, sir?
It's also homoerotic studies. It's so much fun. I love it.
Well,
Obviously, that livened up the courtroom today. Well, what I understand is, Mr. Johnsonstein, so in your lawsuit, you're also suing Mr. Weisenhausen for $1 million.
Yeah, well, that covers all of the tuition and then pain and sufferings. There's a lot of money for that.
How much is out-of-state tuition for a Swedish student?
Oh, like I said, I'm a foreign exchange student, so it's only about $5,000.
$5,000?
A semester, yeah, for all the classes.
So
It's
$995,000 is for pain and suffering?
well, no, that's not entirely true. There's also a little bit of money for slander because he slandered my good name to my family, and I could use a new boat.
Well, I understand here, and I see that you have some documentation you've given me that on Facebook here, he has slandered you, and he also misspelled your name. I don't know if you noticed that, but he's put out there that you are the Swedish butterfly, Madam M. Butterfly? I know that's a play on Broadway.
Guys, I'm sorry. I just look at him right now. He looks like a butterfly as light shines off his. Yeah, I mean, I cannot help it. And you know the Swedish flag, it's yellow and blue. And his eyes are blue. His hair is yellow. He's a butterfly.
I look nothing like a butterfly. I find that offensive in my country. Butterflies are weak.
In Germany, they're called Schmetterlings. Everyone loves a Schmetterling in Germany.
Well, I'm going to table what I was going to say to you two gentlemen, because you can march to your own drummer, you can sing to your own flute, and you can also flap your butterfly wings however you want. Mr. Weisenhausen, excuse me, sir, your countersuit here of $2 million I find very interesting.
It's offensive, Judge.
Yes.
Mr. Johnsonstein, it's not your turn now. So, Mr. Weisenhausen, could you please explain your $2 million counter?
It's very simple. First of all, the first $1 million would cover the $1 million that he wants from me. And then the other $1 million would, of course, cover my tuition and my pain and suffering. And also maybe... Oh my goodness, don't be biting my laser hose alone! Hey, calm down, Spike! Spike, stop biting him! He's not a leather chew toy! No! Stop! Sit! Sit! Bad boy! Oh my goodness.
I apologize, Mr. Weisenhausen, for my dog chewing part of your later hosen.
But they're irresistible. It doesn't matter. All my designs that people have seen, they want me to make it. And that's where the rest of the money goes, is to make the first round of designs that I can manufacture.
So tell me, you're getting a degree in clothing design?
Yes. Homoerotica.
Homoerotica clothing design. What do you plan to do with that, sir?
I plan to make, mostly toys and things of such nature that
Mr.
you can...
Johnsonstein, I saw that. Are you winking at Mr. Weisenhausen?
He was, and I liked it.
Mr. Weisenhausen, did you just wink back at Mr. Johnsonstein?
I can't help it when the Schmetterling look at me like that. It's so sexy.
Oh, it's wonderful.
All right. Now, do you two, other than your history class of the Civil War, do you have other classes together?
Yes, we have home economics.
Yeah, home economics. And then one time we had a Spanish class together, but I didn't. I dropped out pretty early.
And I see here I have some paperwork that says you worked on a strudel together in home economics.
Absolutely, we were making the Masterstrudel.
It had cherries and strawberries.
Oh, it's a
All right. folks, I'm going to take 2 seconds here and let me gather my paperwork. And I'm going to rule in this case. I am actually throwing out the suit of $2 million, Mr. Johnsonstein, and the counter lawsuit of $2 million, Mr. Whitehouse. And I want to see you both back in my court. I think you should go see a movie together, and that's my ruling.
Talking Points with Shabazz Davis. Give the Wincast your questions on Facebook, Twitter, or the Mile High Sports Radio studio line during the break of what issues the Win counselors can help you with during good, bad, ugly. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.